Today we take a look at BooksRun. It's an app that will buy back with any book or textbook that you have used for cash.
This is the main screen here. This is where you can either enter in the ISBN, and it's a 10 to 13 digit number that's unique for that book, a particular author or title.
All you gotta do is just scan the ISBN number on the back, and you will automatically find out exactly what that book is worth. So I decided to visit several different local thrift stores that usually have a large quantity of used books, just to see how much they're worth. And these books right here, like in this bin right here, I mean, there's like hundreds of them just thrown in a bin. They're pretty cheap too. These are like $3 for $1. So I just dove right in, started scanning, and unfortunately, most of these books they didn't meet the requirements on the list. So I got this error message quite often that they're not buying them. However, the day was young. I wanted to keep trying, so I didn't give up. That is until I noticed another picker in there doing the same thing I was doing, and he had his phone. He was checking out every book too. So he'd been there before I was, and he'd already gotten the best books already. So I left empty-handed, went on to the next thrift store, which was right down the street. And I knew this one had a large collection of books too. Hopefully nobody was going to be there. Great, nobody was there. So I eagerly whipped out my phone and started working. And it didn't take long. I guess within about 5 minutes, I found my first one that was worth something. It was this book right here. And it didn't look like it was much at first, but I turned it over and I scanned it. And I was pretty surprised at what it came up to be. Wow, they were buying this book back for over $10. So it seemed like I had a pretty good deal right here. Only thing it was that this particular store, the books were priced a little bit different than the other store. This one cost $3.93, so I would have made a little bit less money on it. And I found another one shortly after that. And it was pretty much the same deal. It was only worth $1.05, but the actual price of the book was $1.57. So it would have cost more than the actual book would be worth. So I spent about an hour in this store scanning all the rest of the books, and I didn't really find much else. So I moved on to the next store. Now we're gonna head to my favorite thrift shop. And this one, I've got so many good deals here. Never really looked at the books much, but I know they had a large selection. And also the prices here were not that bad either. So I know if I could find something, it'd be a decent price to get it. And it didn't take long for me to find one. After about 10 minutes, I found this book right here. And it was signed by the author. So I thought it would be a good book. So I scanned it, and right away it came up with a price, 58 cents. But it was far more than what they were asking, so I decided that this wasn't going to be a good one.
A few minutes later, I found another one, and it was autographed too. And it was $9. So I scanned the book to see what it would come up with. And again, it was worth something, but I would have came up short if I had bought it, tried to resell it.
So I had one last thrift stop I wanted to go to. This was probably one of the best ones me and my wife like going to. Is Value Village, and they have a ton of books here, really, really cheap. So I just knew I'd find something here. I mean, look at all these books on this shelf right here, and they're like in no kind of order, just stacked up there, but they're individually priced. So there's going to be a challenge to try to find something here that's good, but I went on and tried it anyway. So I just grabbed the stack and just started scanning. And unfortunately, most of them was like this: sorry, we're not buying. And I just kept going through them. Sorry, we're not buying. And then I did find a couple of them that were that they were going to say they were selling, but unfortunately, they were priced too much. If you run across one that won't scan, you can manually put in the ISBN number. Just type it in this keypad here and wait for it to come up. You'll get the same kind of results as before. Unfortunately, this was not selling as well. So my final thoughts on the app, I think it's legit. I know there are some apps that out there that's similar to this that you can that you can sell books on, like Amazon with. So I think this is about the same premises, but they buy like used books and textbooks. So I would suggest starting off with books you probably already own at home, and so you don't have to actually go out and start buying stuff. But if you do go buy stuff, try to find a place that sells them pretty cheap, and you just take your patience. Be patient and just scan through all the stuff, because you're gonna end up with a lot of stuff like this where you're not gonna be able to find anything right away. So
now, once you are ready to sell a book, you add it to your cart there, and once you get enough on your cart, you still want to check over some things before you send it off. They're gonna make sure what the condition of the book is and what the edition type is, and it will change depending on one of these scenarios, which one you meet. So be sure to look that over before you send it off. So then, once you confirm your selection, just hit the checkout button down at the bottom to go to the next screen. So I found out you have to have a minimum of $15 in order to be paid. So I just have to keep on looking. So if you have quite a few like used textbooks or books that you've already read and you wanted to possibly get rid of them, sell them, consider using this app a try.
As always, be sure to like my videos. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you already have it. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you again next time.